I'm making a difference.
I am making a difference.
J'agis pour un monde
I am
meilleur.
making a difference.
I am making a difference.
I am making a difference.
I'm making a difference.
I am making a difference.
I am making a difference.
My name is Parry. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I work for the International Institute for Sustainable Development. I am making a difference by working towards achievement of Millennium Goal number 7, ensuring environmental sustainability. IISD's Climate Change and Energy program has been around for 10 years, and we are working to support governments as they make plans towards reducing greenhouse gas emissions and preparing for the impacts of climate change. Many of the governments that we work with are in developing countries, particularly in Africa and Latin America. The goal of the program is the same as the goal of the Institute, and that is to achieve sustainable development for all. And that means trying to ensure that when we're developing and when our economies, that we are trying to keep a balance between maintaining environmental health, maintaining social well-being, and also achieving economic growth. While climate change is a key issue related to the environment as well as to the economy and to our social systems. And we can see the impacts of climate change having a direct link to the ability of our ecosystems, the forests, our agricultural systems to maintain water resources in the future and maintain food security in the future. Greenhouse gas emissions, of course, are the fundamental cause of climate change, and so we need to reduce the emissions of those greenhouse gas emissions from things like the burning of fossil fuels through our transportation systems, from our buildings, from our energy supply systems, in order to reduce the impact that climate change will have in the future. It's widely acknowledged that the most vulnerable populations to the impacts of climate change are those who live in developing countries, particularly the poor. You can see that a change in climate, like a rise in temperature, change in precipitation patterns, will have a direct impact on the type of livelihood activities that the poor engage in. So that means that it'll have a direct impact on their ability to engage in agriculture, to grow food, to support their families, or to trade so that they can earn money to pay for things like school fees. And as climate change progresses, we can see that the poor who live in marginal areas where agriculture production may be limited, who live on coastlines that will be affected by sea level rise, who live in the urban slums will be the most impacted by the impacts of climate change. At the moment, we're doing a fair amount of work in Kenya. So we're working with the government of Kenya to develop its climate change action plan, reduce its greenhouse gas emissions while it's also trying to achieve its development goals. So for example, the government of Kenya needs to significantly increase its energy production, and it needs to increase that energy production in a way that will also help minimize the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that are being generated. Therefore, it's looking a lot at geothermal production. At the same time, they also need to prepare for the impacts of climate change. They have a very vibrant agricultural system, and they want to expand their agricultural production in order to achieve their development goals. And they also have a lot of small farmers who are dependent upon agriculture in order to meet their subsistence needs. We need to help those farmers prepare for the impacts of climate change by doing things like introducing drought-tolerant seeds, introducing efficient irrigation systems, and also looking at how climate change will impact urban areas in terms of what happens if flooding becomes a greater problem in urban areas. My name is Parry, and I am making a difference.